The foundational idea here is this, and this is what we have to start with. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. Let's write that down. Let's really embrace that. Let's really own it. Let's really fully embody that idea, because that is the foundation of everything we're going to be talking about here today. Whatever you believe to be true is true for you. Now, what is happening for most people, and I'm going to say that this has also been my experience as well, is that somewhere in our lives, we've been shaped and conditioned to have a set of beliefs. So there's beliefs that serve us, there's beliefs that don't, and many of them we're not even aware of. So when we were children, when we were growing up, when we were in school, as we grew into our lives to make us who we are here today, we developed some belief systems. And there's different areas of belief. Now, there's beliefs about yourself, your self-image. There's that have shaped your self-esteem and your sense of self-worth and your self-confidence. There's also beliefs about what you believe you deserve. So if you believe that you deserve all good things because you're such a good person, then that's going to be true for you. If you don't believe that, if there's a layer underneath that says, you know what, I'm not really deserving of that, then that belief is going to be true for you as well. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. Now, having said that, the idea here is for us to examine these beliefs and to kind of go back to understand the beliefs that we've held for a lot of our lives and to question whether or not those beliefs still serve us. So as we're growing up, we're conditioned by our environments. We're conditioned by our parents, the kids at school, the teachers, the coaches, and we're conditioned to believe different things, right? And a lot of times what we don't realize is that the people who were instilling those beliefs in us actually had limiting beliefs themselves. They're just people. They're people who are trying to do their best, but they had conflicts. They had their own internal struggles, things that they were working on. And some of them were just really not even educated or had an understanding of the belief system and how powerful that is. So we were, we had these beliefs that were given to us and passed down to us by our environments, by the people around us. And we took that in before we were probably even ready to say, ooh, is this a good belief for me to hold? Or is this not a good belief for me to hold? But now that we're all grown up, who here is a grown up? Raise your hand. I'm a grown up. I have the power of choice. I have the power to choose what I believe and what I don't believe. And that's what this class is about. This class is about helping you really dive into what are the things that you believe and really sit with that and acknowledge it and honor it. That's fine. And then move through it and question it to say, that belief no longer serves me. That is not something I choose to believe any longer. So our foundational thought is that what you believe to be true will always be true for you. How many of you, just show me in the chat, how many of you really have ever sat and thought about, what do I believe about myself? What do I believe about money? What do I believe about relationships? What do I believe about my job? What do I believe about what's possible for me or that I can achieve dreams? How many of you have actually really ever sat and thought about, what is it that I actually believe? I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see your chat. You do more now. Awesome. In therapy a bit. Great. That's funny. Somewhat lately. Good. We're going to go way deeper on this today. And this is extremely important. I have. So very limiting beliefs. Okay. I really, really appreciate you being so honest with that, Barbara from Germany, because I think a lot of us think that we know ourselves, and then we have to go a little bit deeper to really know ourselves and to really understand who we really are and what we truly believe about ourselves and about our lives and about what's possible. And we need to examine these beliefs on a consistent basis. I'll give you a perfect example. So this morning, as I was getting ready in my mind, so I was mentally preparing for this class today, and I went down to my home gym because I have a home gym. And I went down and I was working out. And what I realized was there's this guy, Chuck, I'm just going to mute you. There's this guy that I really love to train with. So the way he teaches, I really enjoy it. The workouts are always different, but it's always in intervals. So every 45 seconds, we work really hard and then we have a 10-second rest. Okay, so it's 45 seconds, 10 seconds. I like it. And one of the things that I noticed when I started working out with him was that I would be like, oh, there's only a few seconds left. I'm exhausted. I'm just going to stop. And then I realized that's a belief. That's a belief that I have, that I can't make it right till the very last second. So I told myself I'm no longer choosing that belief. I am no longer doing that anymore. From now on, not only do I do the workout, but I even go a second later, that I can do that I am strong enough to not only do the 45 seconds, but I could do 46 seconds and I never quit. It's a choice and a belief that I've adapted. So today, as I was working out, I was thinking about how much stronger I'm getting, how much more determined I am, because the belief shift that I had internally is actually making me go further in working out and building my strength. Do you guys see how this works? Maybe give me a sign, something, I don't know, that you get this. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. I was believing that it was going to be hard, that it wasn't a big deal if I didn't go all the way, but the way that you do anything is the way you do everything. And I said to myself, I don't choose to believe that anymore. What I want to do is believe that I can go the distance and that I can even go further. And that's a new belief that I'm adapting in everything that I do. So it's no longer about just doing enough. It's about, I have a belief about myself that I can not only go the distance, but go further. And that whatever I do in this area of my life is also the way I do things in other areas of my life. So it's almost like a shift in belief has caused a new standard within myself, and it's making me go further in my own development. This is what I wish for all of you today. I wish for you to actually examine what your beliefs are in all areas of your life and recognize where they came from and then honor them, but also then say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to make a new decision about this. This is no longer serving me and I want to choose something different. If you're all in for it, I want you to say, yes, I am. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. You guys, I'm so pumped this morning. I want to help you so bad. This is life-changing. So this morning, my email said to all of you in my Monday motivation email, said that this, I'm not joking, this is the foundation of everything. I mean, there's other things that I teach that are also really important. Purpose is so important. I'm actually going to do that next month for you guys, that you have all the power within you. But the bottom line is whatever you believe to be true is going to be true about you. So this is actually the foundational thought, because every class that I do from here on in after this is going to be dedicated to the idea that if you don't believe you have purpose, you won't have purpose. Belief is the foundation of everything. We need to look at where these beliefs come from. So I want you to right now do a self-assessment. If you're comfortable, you are welcome to share in the comments. Not necessary. This is about your growth. It's about your development. And I want you to feel safe and I want you to feel comfortable. However, remember, every time that you push yourself a little bit and you kind of go outside your zone, that's where growth happens. So I'm going to encourage you to remember that throughout this next little bit. So I want you to think about the beliefs that you hold right now. And I want you to write on a piece of paper. I literally want you to write down, if you would say that these areas of your life, you hold a really strong, powerful belief. Okay, so you're going to do like a self-assessment here. The reason we do a self-assessment first is because you can't change what you're not aware of. So if you're not aware of the belief, how can you change it? And what we're looking to do here is to better your life. And in order to better your life, we need to be aware of what it is that we need to shift. So the first thing I want you to do is to think about how you feel about yourself. What beliefs do you hold about you? Do you believe that you're a good person? Do you believe that you are valuable? Do you believe that you're deserving of all good things? Like really, truly. And I don't want you to do this on the surface. Listen, my friends, we're not going surface here. I want you to go a little bit deeper and say, really, if I'm really honest with myself, how do I actually feel about me? If you want to, you could do it on a scale of 1 to 10. You could say, you know what? I feel pretty low about myself most of the time. And then I want you to, if I'm a 10, it's like, I am freaking awesome. I know I'm awesome. And I have a really positive self view. So be honest with yourself. How do you see yourself? Scale of 1 to 10. How deserving do you feel you are of all good things? How powerful do you believe that you are? How do you see yourself? Because however you see yourself is how you're going to show up in the world. So I want you to really think about this as the foundational idea of belief. We have to start with you. So what is it that you feel about you? Now I'm going to backtrack here just a little bit. So for myself, when I share my story about this, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm a complete open book. You can ask me anything. I will share my whole journey with you and what I've learned so far. And what I've learned in my own journey of my self-view is that I really didn't think I was enough. Pretty much my entire life. Where did that come from? You know, I had to examine that because I was like, okay, if I'm really honest with myself, I don't believe I'm a good person. I was actually looking for everyone else to validate outside of me that I was a good person. I would feel like I needed to prove that I was. I would people please. I would go over the top. I would do everything that I could, all because I was trying to prove that I was a good person. And if I could prove I was a good person by doing enough things, then somehow I would feel enough. But because I was looking for things externally to make me feel good internally, I was looking in the wrong place. So when I realized that, I started saying to myself, okay, you know what? I hold this belief, and where does this come from? Why do you think you're not good enough? Why do you feel like you have to prove all the time? And I started examining that. I started taking a deep dive look into myself and to say, where did that belief come from? And you know, there was many different things that I looked at, and it was like, I remember teachers saying things to me. I had an uncle in particular who was so many things that he said to me made me feel bad about myself and made me think I wasn't good enough. I had, I was in an environment where I felt like I had to compete with my siblings and for attention. So I felt like I wasn't good enough. You know, I just started looking at all of these things and it started to make sense. And you know what? When it starts to make sense, instead of it being sad and dwelling on the past and saying, well, you know, that was so unfair and staying there, that's powerlessness. Like when you stay stuck in blame or complaining and you keep yourself back there, you give up all of your power to a situation that you can't change anyway. It happened, it's done. The past can't be changed. Now, having said that, doesn't mean you don't honor it and aren't aware of it and acknowledge it, which is the second step in this process. So you become aware of it. So I'm aware that I don't feel very good about myself, that my self view is pretty low. And then I acknowledge it and recognize where it came from. And then I take back my power and I assess what would be a better belief for me to choose about myself right now? What would be a more empowering belief? Well, I started saying to myself, you are enough. As a matter of fact, you're more than enough, but we'll start there. I started saying that to myself. And I started changing the belief system because now I recognize I have a choice. And this is where the power lies. Are you all getting this? Are you all feeling this? Do you understand? So what we want to do is we want to become aware of it. We want to acknowledge it. And then we want to assess what is a better belief for me to carry about this particular area of my life right now. So I'm teaching it as a 3A framework to help you remember it. So aware, acknowledge, assess. Okay. So it starts with the self view. And you know, this, like, as I started like learning about myself and examining this, what I realized is so many of my behaviors and the things I was doing in my life and the results I was getting in my life were directly connected to the fact that I didn't feel good enough. I was frantically always trying to prove myself. I was frantically trying to achieve, and it never felt like enough, which translated internally to no matter what I do, it's never enough, which means I'm not enough. So I had to change the foundation of that. The foundation was the belief. And recognizing that I had the power to choose, that's when everything started changing. I can change my beliefs, and so can you. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. What do you want to believe? What is the best belief for you to hold now? You know, guys, we get caught up in the past and the wounds and the sadness. And I swear, I am not saying to you to disregard those. That some of the things that have happened in your life are wrong, they're unfair. If I could take it away for you, I would. And I really mean that. Even some of you are going through things right now that are just really challenging and really difficult and feel so unfair. But you know what? A belief is only true if you believe it to be true. And you can take back your power in any situation. There was an example in a coaching class that I was in actually that I really loved. Nothing has meaning except the meaning you give it. And she was talking about a drought. So a year that it was a drought. And there's like so much drought happening. You know, the crops aren't growing. Everything is, oh, I got people trying to join. So she was telling this story about so many people, or this farmer was like, I'm going to have no crop this year. You know, this is devastating for my business. How am I going to survive this? There's no rain. It's been a drought year. It's terrible. And then there's this bride who's having an outdoor wedding, and she's all excited about having this beautiful outdoor wedding. And then on the same day, it starts to rain. And this rain is torrential downpour, and the farmer is praising the Lord. He's like, thank you, Jesus. This is like so good. You know, the rain that I've been praying for is here. So he gave meaning to that rain as if it was the best thing in the whole wide world. The bride, on the other hand, well, you can imagine how she was feeling. Outdoor wedding. I'm not going to be able to, you know, get married outside. We don't have a backup plan. There's been no rain in the forecast. So nothing in life has meaning except the meaning you give it. There are things that happen in our lives that we give meaning to, and that therefore they get meaning and they get our power. What you want to do is assess those beliefs on a regular basis and say, do I want to believe this is true any longer? What's the best belief I could hold about this right now? That's my favorite saying that I got from Kathleen Cameron. What is the best belief for me to hold about this right now? So one of the indications, so we have thoughts, right? So the thoughts that we have and the words that we speak, those are going to become the thoughts that we believe. So you actually choose your beliefs based on the thoughts that you accept as truth. So if you think something and say, you know, I'm not good enough, or, oh, I gotta mute somebody. I don't know who's not on mute. I can't see it. Maybe they're muted now. So if you examine your beliefs, so this is a foundational idea. I want you to examine your beliefs about yourself. We start with you, okay? Then I want you to move to the beliefs that you hold about other areas of your life. So as an example, what do you believe about money? Do you believe that there's never enough, that it only happens to other people? Or that wealth is only there for a select few? Do you believe that money doesn't grow on trees? Many of us heard that growing up. Do you believe that there's just not enough, that you're always doomed to paycheck, that you've tried and tried and tried, and you still hold the same amount of money in your hands no matter how hard you try? I'll give you a really great example here. So many of you know, because you follow me, that I won the 50-50 draw. And there have been people who have been going to this particular hockey club and these games and buying tickets for 30 years, and they've never won. And they've said to me, I've been buying tickets for 30 years. How could you possibly win? Not only once, but I won twice. Okay, so this was in about an 8-month period. So as I was listening to them, you know what I heard really clearly is that they don't believe it will ever happen for them. So because they don't believe it will ever happen for them, those words that they're speaking are creating an energy that actually causes that thing to happen to them. I have been diving into manifestation, and manifestation, it is the most incredible thing that I've ever learned and tapped into, because the foundation of it is belief. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. All people are manifesting, my friends. They just don't realize that they're manifesting what they don't want by the thoughts that they think and the beliefs that they hold and the words that they speak. They're talking about how there isn't enough, how it's not possible, how, oh, I wish. I've heard that so many times. Oh, I wish that would happen for me. And they can't quite figure out that if you change your belief about something and you really work on yourself and bring all the power back to you instead of your external circumstances, that you have the ability to actually better your own life and to manifest whatever it is that you want. But it requires work. It requires an understanding of yourself. It requires you to understand and have a self-awareness of, these are the beliefs that I have. I acknowledge them, but I don't accept them. I choose to assess this and change it. How many of you are like really feeling this? Are you getting what I'm talking about here? Getting it, you guys? I'm telling you, it's life changing. If you grab a hold of this, you grab a hold of this. Like, it is the most profound thing in the whole world. And it's so simple. And yet we don't do it, or we don't know to do it. And the reason that we don't is because of that past conditioning. Whatever it is that's going on in your mind, your thoughts that are fleeting all day, and they do it on repeat, is validating a belief system. We need to interrupt those patterns. We need to say, that no longer serves me. I'm going to give you another example. How many of you know that I'm launching Lead Conference Canada? Okay, lots of you know it, hey? Okay, so this is the best example I can possibly give you about this right now. So there was a lot of people came the first time, but it was stressful. It was so stressful for me because it was such a big undertaking. And this time I made a decision that I'm going to do Lead Conference Canada, but I believe it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. It's going to be easy and it's going to be fun. I've changed my belief about it, and that everything's going to flow, and that we're going to have 1,111 people attend the event. Do you guys want to know why 1,111 people? Anyone want to know why 1,111? Okay, good. Good, because I'm going to tell you anyway. I want 1,111 people to attend this conference because I believe in the power of one, you as an individual. I believe in the power of coming together as a community. I believe in the power of something else is at work. And I believe that the power of us all coming together is insane. I think we can literally change the world, and that we can do it by coming together as a community. So 1,111 people are what's going to attend it. And I choose to believe that that's 100% true, and that's what's happening, and that's all there is. Matter of fact, I believe it 111%, more than 100, because the right people are going to be in the room. And you know what? Because I have that belief, this morning when a speaker backed out that I really wanted to have there, I literally instantly said to myself, it's okay, because the right people are going to be in the room. And that was not the right speaker. And I absolutely know it. It's okay. Bless and release. It's all right. Because I have adapted a new belief about this. So I demonstrate this, or I share this for you in demonstration of, you have the power to change the beliefs, but it has to begin by, first of all, becoming aware of the beliefs that you hold, acknowledging them. We don't want to ignore them. We want to acknowledge them for sure. And then we want to move to assess them and ask ourselves, do I really want to accept this as a belief, or do I want to choose something different? How many of you know you're already going to choose something different? Good, good. You could choose any belief you want by accepting it as a truth, that I choose to believe this now. So we started with an assessment of yourself. So your self view. Now I asked you to assess the money. I ask you, finances are a big part for people. Money is like dominating so many people's lives. Many of us grew up in scarcity. We have this conditioning and belief about money doesn't grow on tree. It's not possible. Only the rich get richer. There's all these things that have said. By the way, I've actually learned something. The reason the rich get richer is because they have a belief system. True story. The reason the rich get richer is because they have a belief system that tells them that money is easy to make and that money flows to them. They have chosen a belief system that supports them. But for people who don't understand the power of belief, they're looking at, oh, the rich get richer, with stress and envy and jealousy, and I wish that would happen for me. And all they're doing is actually confirming the belief that they don't have it. So taking back our power is really recognizing that the beliefs that you hold are yours to choose. What do you choose? What do you choose to think about yourself? What do you choose to think about what's possible for you in your life? What do you choose to believe about money? What do you choose to believe about relationships? What do you choose to believe? Choose is the key word there. So do a self assessment on yourself. How do you feel about you? How do you feel about what's possible for you? Some of you have big dreams. Some of you have big goals. Some of you are at this crossroads in your life where you're like, I really want more out of my life. I really want to do this thing. You know, I want to start this business. I want to leave this relationship. I want to move on. I want to change careers. A lot of you have these things that you really want to do. I want to live in this location. I want to go back to school. Lots of you have that little urge, that little burning, that little hope, that little dream. Something is sitting inside of you. And when you're sitting there inside of it, you have a belief about what could happen or couldn't happen that is guiding your decision and your actions. That's when fear kicks in. How many of you have ever been like, I really want to do this thing, and I can't because? How many of you have ever had that happen? Is there anybody here willing to actually come off mute and share a time that you've done that? Raise your hand if you are. Use the little emoji thing in the bottom corner. Anybody willing? I see none, so I will just go ahead. I'll go ahead and keep using my examples. Oh, Naomi, you're willing? Okay.
Just had to figure out how to unmute. I used to believe that everything that I thought about all the negative things that would happen, I would think about all the different things that could happen so that if it did happen, I was ready. But I wasn't really living. I was just being, right? So then once I changed that, like the little moments that were a glimmer of hope in your day, I could see, and just there was way more positive things, and I could enjoy my kids and enjoy just everything. It was just a total change. And then when bad things happen, I can process it a lot easier, and I'm not stuck in the rut of everything. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad, whereas I was like, see, I knew it was going to happen. And then I didn't really have very many good things that happened.
So thank you, Naomi. So what she just shared there, you guys, is that she was able to say, you can mute yourself again. Yeah. So what she was able to do is, I've got somebody with lots of background noise. Can you mute your lines, everybody? Okay. So what she just demonstrated for us there. Is there just me with background noise? I gotta find out. I gotta see where the mute. I gotta mute somebody. Mute. I'll learn this for the next time, okay? So that I make sure everybody comes in muted and stays muted. I don't know how to do that, but anyway. Okay. So what Naomi just demonstrated for us there is exactly this. She could choose to believe that it's always going to be a struggle. She could choose to believe that it was always going to be hard. She could choose to believe that it was going to be, the past was going to continue, that all these hard things were just meant for her. Or she could choose to believe that good things were coming and that everything was going to work out just fine. She could choose that. And she created a new belief, and she said, all of a sudden things started getting easier. And even when, not that everything's perfect all the time, that's not the case in life, right? But she could come out of it a lot faster because she was expecting good things. Is that a good synopsis, Naomi? Yeah. So whatever you believe to be true is going to be true for you. So I'd really like you to, can everybody check their lines? I got really bad background noise screaming at me. If you could just mute your line. Thank you. I'm not sure.
It's Rita's mic. It keeps reflecting and like lighting up whenever you speak with her.
Okay.
The turn of the chat. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Rita, can you mute your line? Thank you. Okay. So, okay, she's going to find it. I know she will.
wonder if some people don't know how to mute it. I mean, that are new to Zoom. I see a few that haven't muted right
Okay.
now. Gail, you haven't muted either. So if you look at the bottom of your screen, there's an audio button, and just like click on that audio mic button and it will mute you.
Yeah.
There we go. That's awesome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for assisting with that. I will make sure that I get this for next time. I will actually get my team to come in and make sure that we do it that way next time. So it's all muted right off the bat. So we want to examine our beliefs. So I want to come back to this. So our beliefs come from wherever we were conditioned to believe. Okay. But you have to understand that a belief is simply a thought that you're accepting as true. So we have these beliefs that we've held for most of our lives. So I'm 55 years old now. At 55 years old, I've had beliefs that I've adapted into my brain, into my programming, that I believed to be true for a long, long time. So I come from scarcity. I mean, my parents were always struggling. Oh my gosh, they're amazing what they were able to do as young farmers and raising 8 children. And oh my gosh, so much. But there was struggle around me. So because there was struggle around me, I developed a belief system. Even though they didn't tell me, my parents would have wanted more for me than struggle. But because I witnessed them struggle, I took that in and I created a belief. It became a conditioning within me that life was hard. It was always a struggle, that you're just going to get by. I still have somebody that needs to mute. So that just became a conditioning. So this is nothing against my parents. Oh my God, I have the best parents in the whole wide world. But you've had that experience as well. You've had the experience where something happened in your life and you adapted a belief based on the views around you and the environment around you, things that were said, things that were done, and you developed a belief. So for me, it was scarcity. It's like there's just never enough. And it wasn't until I became aware of that belief and I said to myself, okay, I no longer want this to be a belief I hold. I don't want to believe that life is a struggle. I don't want to believe that there isn't money available to all of us. I want to actually believe that abundance is available to everyone and that life can be easy and abundant and prosperous. But it had to begin right here. So again, I'm going to go back to the process. The 3 steps here that I want to teach you is to become aware of the belief, to acknowledge it and honor it. That's fine. And then to assess it. Assess it by saying, do I want to accept this belief any longer, or do I want to actually adapt a new belief? Okay. So we've talked about self-view. What is your honest to goodness view of yourself? And if you're not sure what that view is, I'm going to invite you to really look at how boldly are you chasing your dreams? How much do you feel like you need to people please and make everybody happy? Are you confident as you step up to do your life on a daily basis? Or do you kind of sit back in your own life, not leading your life, letting life lead you, right? Because you don't have confidence. If any of those are true for you, what I want you to do is I want you to fully become aware of it and acknowledge that the truth is, I feel like I need to prove myself because I'm actually not feeling good. I have a low belief system about myself. What are your beliefs in regards to finances? What are your beliefs in regards to relationships? Do you believe that you deserve love? I remember when I first got divorced, and the city that I live in, anybody who lives here, you're going to all be able to validate this, that it's a common thought and conditioning that there's no good single people here. Okay. Like literally people would be like, oh man, I feel bad for you because there's no good people where you live. Okay. In the city I live in. Honest to goodness, you guys, people would tell me that all the time. And I remember thinking, I don't believe that's true. I literally thought to myself, that's not true. And the reason I think it's not true, and I choose to believe it's not true, is because I'm here, I'm single, and I'm a good person. So no, I don't believe that. And for anybody who has met Shane, you all know that that was like, he's an incredible guy, right? And he was also single at the same time. But really, I believed that into existence. I really do believe that. I believe that I actually attracted that because I chose not to buy into that belief. What beliefs are you buying into that are no longer serving you? When it comes to relationships, when it comes to money, when it comes to how you see yourself, as to what's possible for you, what beliefs are no longer serving you? And look at them and be honest with them, because this is the foundational step to making a change in your life. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. What do you choose to believe? So in the comments, I would ask you to ask me any questions that you want me to talk about a little bit more. You don't have to come to camera if you don't want to. You don't have to actually speak, but you're welcome to put it in the chat, because I'm really here to serve you today. This is 90 minutes of my month that I'm 100% just here to dedicate it to you. I want to support you with this as much as I possibly can. So we know where our beliefs come from. Our conditioning, we're choosing to believe those. You've all shown up here because I know you want something different. You want to examine this. Now we're going to choose a different belief, and you literally can just make a choice. Now, does it happen instantly? No. And the reason it doesn't happen instantly, well, I shouldn't say that actually. Maybe I should examine that belief. It could happen instantly. But really, it does kind of happen instant when you make the decision to say, I don't choose to believe that anymore. Okay? But then you have to actually work on reprogramming that belief, because we are creatures of habit. And even though we acknowledge the beliefs that we have and we're like, no, I'm not going to choose to believe that anymore, it's going to need to become a practice that you build into your life. This is actually what I know to be true. I have had that experience where I recognize it. It's like, oh man, I'm believing that about myself. Oh boy, I don't want to do that anymore. So then I have to consciously say to myself, no, 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 I get to choose what I believe. And in this moment, when the old programming came back to say it's not possible, I choose not to believe it. I am not going to believe that. And I had to actually reprogram my belief system through practice. It was instant to make the decision, but it took practice to actually build it in. So Hillary, what daily habits do you recommend to change your beliefs? Ooh, that's such a good question. And you know what? It is a daily habit. So this heightened awareness is what I would say. So when you get up in the morning, okay, before you even get up, and a lot of the people, you know, a lot of the experts out there, and they teach it consistently, it's like, be grateful before you even get up out of bed. Already be like, oh, I'm so grateful that I woke up today, that, you know, I'm in a nice, safe home, that my bed is so comfy, that I have a job to go to, and like be really grateful. And as much as I think that that is 100% a powerful practice to do, there's a reason why. The reason why is that you are intentionally setting your belief system to look for the good. So you're actually making it a habit. So gratitude gets a bad rap. And as far as I'm concerned, it's like underrated, because if you get up in the morning and you say to yourself, I'm so grateful for all the things and I'm like so blessed. Here's something I did that I want to share with you that was so helpful for me. It was like a whole other level of gratitude. Instead of the check the boxes list of gratitude, I was doing this instead. I was actually doing it. Rhonda Byrne taught me this in her book that's actually sitting over there. It's called the 21 Days to Riches. And she said in there that I want you to be grateful, thank money. I want you to be thankful for the money, but I want you to be thankful for all the things that money has bought you. I want you to walk around your house and go around your day, and you're going to build your belief system about you've always had enough money in your life. Look at all of the blessings that are around you. And I started really building that practice in, and oh my goodness, you guys, it changed everything. So I woke up in the morning, my puppy sleeps in my bed now. So I literally woke up in the morning, I was like, I'm so grateful for the money that bought Charlie, because Charlie was bought. Okay. So I am so grateful for the bed that I'm living in. Then I went and I turned on the tap of the water, and I'm like, I'm so grateful for the money that I have, that I could pay my water bill, you know, that I have abundance of water. I'm so grateful for water and for the money that I can pay my bills. So what that did was it helped me build in a reprogramming of my belief system to believe I've always had enough money. Because look at all the things that I have in my life that money has provided. It helped me reprogram my belief system. So Hillary, to answer your question, it is a daily recognition and heightened awareness. It's like you have to work at recognizing this is the belief that I want to shift. I'm fully aware that this belief is conditioned in me and it keeps coming up over and over again. It keeps repeating in my life and I keep thinking about it and I keep talking about it. It keeps showing up. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the thoughts you're not aware of, because you're not aware of them, what happens is they're thinking and thinking, they're playing in your subconscious, they're creating your reality, but you need to stop and become aware of it and say, no, 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 that's an old belief. I don't choose that any longer. That is no longer the belief that I hold. I've always had enough money in my life. Look at all of the things I have, and I pay my bills all the time, and I've always been provided for, and I become so grateful for that. So it's like a choice to become aware of it, acknowledge it, and then build it into my life. So that, I hope, answers your questions or your question around that. The other thing about this is it's a choice. So I'm going to actually recommend that you all do what I do every day now. I literally do this every day and it changes my day. The days that I don't feel like it, I literally remind myself before I'm even out of bed, I have a choice what I choose to see today, and I choose to be happy. I choose to love my freaking life. I lost somebody recently that was so important to me, and he was much younger than me. And because he was much younger than me, I'm like, I'm going to live fully. Life is not meant to be suffered. I've actually decided that my new belief system is that I don't choose to suffer. I choose to love my life. I choose to enjoy my life. I choose to believe that I can be happy and that it's a choice and that it's a mindset, and that no matter what's going on in my life, I can give meaning to it or not give meaning to it, because it only becomes true if I give meaning to it. It only has a meaning I give it. So the meaning that I give to it is that life is beautiful. I'm so grateful I get to live it, and I choose to be happy, and I don't want to suffer. It's a choice. So Tony Robbins says pain is optional, pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice. You don't have to live in suffering. So I've changed my belief around that. Choose to be happy. Okay. Let's go back on the questions here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Saskatoon dating scene. Yeah. You need to change your beliefs. And truly, Hillary, please do. Just choose not to believe it. It's like it's not true. As a matter of fact, you can start saying to yourself, the perfect person, the ultimate person of exactly who is going to fill me. I know he's out there, she's out there, and we're walking towards each other right now. Just that's what you choose to believe. The perfect person is there. And then you don't actually go desperately searching for it, because the belief is just there. You just know it's coming and you just believe it. So it's going to happen. This is all there is to it. So I can't wait. Invite me to the wedding, okay? Okay. Barbara. Corliss, what were your tools to shift the beliefs? Yeah. So, okay. So this is going to surprise some of you. Now, I've taught affirmations for years and years and years. I 100% believe in affirmations. So affirmations, okay, but here's the twist. This is the part that's going to surprise you. I was reading affirmations, trying to convince myself. I had a belief system that there was something wrong with me. So there's something wrong with me, why I'm doing all the things that every expert is telling me to do. I'm doing the affirmations, I'm reading the books, I'm getting up, I'm journaling, I'm doing all the things, but I was doing them from the wrong belief. Do you understand this? I was doing them from the belief that I had to fix myself. There's something wrong with me. Not a positive belief. So when I recognized that in my own growth journey, I was like, you know what? I'm going to actually really give myself permission to believe these affirmations are actually true. I'm not trying to fix me. I am whole and beautiful and complete and awesome just as I am. I chose that belief instead. So now when I start doing the tools and the affirmations, I'm no longer doing it trying to fix me. I'm doing it to affirm me that I am already it. Do you understand this? It's a big difference. It's a small shift, but it makes a big difference. So instead of trying to fix myself, instead, I was fully embodying, engaged that I'm already good. I already believe that about myself. I'm just constantly improving. I'm constantly developing. I'm constantly building on more of what I am. And as I affirm and use my affirmation cards, which also are sitting right over there because I do them each day, I affirm them with a belief that it's true. It's not about fixing. It's truly just about developing myself to become more of who I am. And I give myself permission to actually believe it. Barbara, you're so special to me. And I really hope that you will really hear what I'm saying about this. I mean, we haven't even met in person yet, but our DM conversations really touch my heart. And I want you to know that you're really important to me. So I want you to think about the core belief that you're holding about that. And then I really want you to say, where did this come from? And maybe the people that, because a lot of times it's the people that are in our lives that actually cause us to believe things about ourselves. Maybe they were broken too. And you can just release that. You can just be like, you know what? They did the best that they could, but now I know better. I'm going to do better. And I just don't choose to do that anymore. I'm not doing this to myself anymore. I choose to believe that I'm whole and worthy and complete and awesome just as I am. And that I have the power to create my own life experience. And I choose to believe that I'm good. And I want you to go to the mirror every single day and I want you to look into your own eyes and I want you to say, I love you, and really mean it. And at first, it might make you cry like a baby. When I was first developing the Power of You Personal Growth Challenge, I put that in there and then I went to do that myself. So I put it in the challenge and said, I want you to go to the mirror today and I want you to look into your own eyes and say, I love you. And you know what, my friends, I'll be honest with you. I always go first. So I thought, if I'm asking people to do this, I'm going to do it myself. And I went to do it and it was a shocker. It was so shocking to me that I could not do it. I could not give myself the love that I could give anybody else that I love in my own life. So I was like, this is a belief, Corliss. You have such a belief about yourself that you're not good enough, that you can't even genuinely look into your own eyes and say, I love you. So I started practicing it. I started acknowledging the belief and recognizing where it came from, acknowledging it and saying, I'm going to choose a different belief and I'm going to practice it over and over again until it becomes a solid belief system that that's my default. So many of us have defaults that we don't even realize we have because they're from our conditioning. So we default to something. So another example in my own life is that women were mean to me. Like growing up, women were really mean to me. So I developed a belief about women that I could never be in a loving, trusting relationship with women, that I could never really be fully who I am. Because the teenage girl thing where it's like I was in one day and then all of a sudden I was out the next day and they would, do mean things. They'd exclude me. They wouldn't invite me, things like that. We all have those things in our past. So I had that in my past. So I developed a belief that I couldn't trust women, that I wasn't worthy of being loved, that I didn't have friends. And that hurt. It hurt a lot. So once I recognized it and I was like, okay, I'm aware that this is a belief system that's stopping me from having relationships with women now. So is it true? I started questioning it. I started saying, is this true? Or was it just those people? And I started peeling back the layers of that. And as I was like, you know what? I understand why you developed this belief, and maybe there is some people out there that aren't going to be your friends and that aren't going to include you and that you'll never be, but those aren't your people, Corliss. You can choose a belief that you can have people who will love you and honor you and include you, that you will be best of friends with for the rest of your life. And when I started developing a new belief system around that, I started healing myself and more good things started showing up. I started opening myself up to the opportunity to actually build those kinds of relationships. And now I can honestly say I'm always surrounded by incredible people, and it's so beautiful. And I hope to honor them as much as they honor me. So it is a belief that you can build by being aware of it, acknowledging it, assessing it, and choosing to practice it. Okay. So, Barbara, the tools are self-awareness and affirmations, but affirmations not from trying to fix yourself, but from really giving yourself permission to believe it's possible and that you have the power to do it. You can change your own mind. Reprogramming that belief is an everyday practice. Awesome, Shara. Thank you, Kareen. Okay, so Casey, I'm currently navigating a significant career transition and I'm working to shift my beliefs regarding my professional capabilities. Awesome. Awesome. Do you guys feel it? Do you guys feel even the awareness? She's like, I'm working on shifting my beliefs. Like, that's so good. So I'm looking for tools and strategies to help me project more confidence during this period of change. Specifically, what actions can I take to actively put myself in positions that will challenge my current self-perceptions and help reinforce those new beliefs? Beautiful. So you start speaking to yourself in a way in both your internal and external dialogue. So this is the trick. The words that we speak externally, we think that those matter most, but actually what matters most is the words that you speak in your inner dialogue. So you need to get so aware of what it is, which it sounds like you already are, and then you need to start speaking to yourself in ways internally and externally that you are the freaking bomb. You are the freaking bomb. Everybody's lucky to hire you. And matter of fact, you don't even have to believe that they're looking or that they're lucky to, or sorry, that you'd be lucky to get a career with them. They're lucky to get you. And I don't mean that from an ego thing. Ego is when it's like, I'm going to be in your face. And it's about owning who you are and believing that you're valuable. So you can actually start saying to yourself, I believe I'm worthy. I believe I'm exceptional at what I do. I believe I'm a powerful addition to any team. I believe that the ultimate job is there for me. I believe that, are you getting what I'm saying here? So you literally just start speaking to yourself in every way, shape, and form that this is who I am. They'd be so lucky to have me because I bring so much to the table. See, a lot of us, our conditioning has been, myself included, by the way, our conditioning has been that if you really own it and be like, then you're being egotistical, or who do you think you are? I mean, I battled that my whole life. I had very influential people in my life that said it's not okay to like be proud of yourself even. And once I examined that, I realized that's their belief. I don't have to choose to believe that. I actually, you know what changed it for me? A quote by Nelson Mandela. You guys want to know what it is? Oh, so good. Changed everything for me. When you let your own light shine, you unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. That quote changed my life because I used to hold a belief that who do you think you are? You're being egotistical. If you really embrace it, don't stand out too much. Don't try to be own your power. Don't do that because that's bad. That's bad. Remember, that's their beliefs, and I adapted them because I was too young to believe anything else or to know it wasn't good for me. So once I was able to look at that and become aware of it, I was like, okay, you know what? That belief's not really holding on to me. And I choose to believe this, that when I let my own light shine, I'm also giving other people permission to do the same. And here's what's wild about that. I'm really letting you guys in here today because I remember thinking, how can I be a bad person if what inspires me to step into my power is helping other people step into theirs? Are you guys following me on this? I had a belief that I wasn't a good person, and yet what inspired me to move past the other beliefs of who do you think you are, and don't really own who you are, and don't be confident, don't step out there, was the fact that I wanted to do it to help other people believe it for them too. And I was like, I think I'm a good person, because that was my immediate thought. And then I chose to believe I was. All of this is about choice, my friends. Whatever you believe to be true is true for you. So peel back the layers and understand who you are and recognize that you have the power to actually make these choices. You get to choose what you believe about you, about your life, about your relationships, about money, about any of it. And whatever you choose to believe will become true for you. So Casey, to come back to your questions, what I want you to do is I want you to literally start practicing it. Because you're aware of the thought, I want you to acknowledge it, and then I want you to say, why are you so, I want you to make a list even. I want you to list out everything that makes you valuable for this career transition you want to make, for the ultimate job. Whatever it is that you're going after, I want you to literally list it out and say, look at all the things. Pile the evidence. Oh my gosh, I bring the enthusiasm. I've got all this talent. I've got all this skill. I've got all these things. Oh my God, and only me holds those because I am uniquely me and I bring this special thing to the table, right? And then I want you to give yourself permission to be like, I can own that. I actually want to own it. I now choose to believe that I have something very valuable that the top-notch company, whatever, is going to come and get me. They're going to want me as their person. Okay? Does that help? Okay, good. Yes, minimizing accomplishments. Well, I shared that right on the stage at League Conference 2023. So I know you know that that is something I've had to work on, Vanessa. And minimizing accomplishments is a sign of a belief that you're not enough. When you do that, it's like, you need to examine that. All of this is self-awareness and examination. It's the first step. So Lori, the book that I was talking about is called 21 Days to Riches by Rhonda Byrne. I have extreme ADHD. and because of that, I'm good with the 2-page read, to start my day, 2, 3. So I love the format of that book because it's really short and gives me exactly what I'm looking for to help me start my day. Janine, don't fix yourself. Yeah, 100%. Don't do it to fix yourself. Do it because you believe you deserve it. And because you're awesome and you're always up. You're just building on what you already are. Oh, I'm so glad. I mean it. I really mean it. So glad. Okay. So yes. So Gail's doing a workshop, everybody. Connect with Gail in the chat. She's doing a workshop about in the next week that is going to help you with affirmations. And when you're doing the affirmations, Gail will guide you, but I'm going to really encourage you to do it from not a place of fixing you, but of truly affirming what you already are. Okay? Okay. So Vanessa, it's my mission too, to support others to shine. Yay! My barrier was exactly the same as yours, Corliss. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm sad, though, that you were bullied throughout school and allowed that to define you not being good enough. My truth now is to unpeel the onion. Yes, my eyes tear up. Oh, I hear you, girl. Man, I hear you. I feel you. But you're doing the work, and I hope that you're really going to acknowledge that to yourself. I hope you're going to say, you know what? I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm growing. And I have developed a belief about the fact that life is so very precious, and we just have to give ourselves permission for whatever it is that is in our hearts, in our desires to live a full and happy and abundant life in every way. Abundant, not just financially, abundant in love and self-love and relationships with people and doing all the things that are hopes and dreams and whatever makes you feel the most alive. For gosh sakes, give yourself permission to do it. And choose to believe it's available, but it's available to you. I think that's what I really want to say to you. It's not just for some, you guys. It's available to you. Do you believe it? And if you don't, you need to really stop and say, where does that come from? And do I want to continue living that way? Or do I want to actually make a shift and say, I don't choose that for myself anymore. I choose a different belief. And that doesn't come from outside. That comes from inside. You have to give it to yourself first. My TEDx talk, I was so blown away by the fact, I know it hasn't been released yet, just so you guys know. So if any of you have been looking for it, it's because it's not released yet. It probably won't be till June. But when I was developing the talk, one of the stories that came out was a very real life story about my mom, actually. And my mom, I honestly was so blown away when she said yes. Because I went to her and I said, listen, Mom, I'm developing this TEDx talk. I mean, my mom, they don't even have internet. Like, she does not know what a TEDx talk is. And I went to her and I said, listen, Mom, you know, one of the things that came out was a story about you, growing in belief of yourself and that you're valuable. And I would like to share that story. The coaches are actually really encouraging me to share the story. And I got to tell you, I was 100% expecting her to say no. I didn't think that she's a humble person. I didn't think she'd want that out. I don't know. I didn't think that she even would feel like it was valuable enough to share. But she surprised the heck out of me. And she said, you know what, honey, I don't have a place to share what I've learned in my life, but you do. Sorry. Woo. So she said, so I think you should. If you think it'll help somebody else, you should share it. Sorry. Woo. Anyway, such an incredible mom I've been blessed with. But here's the thing. My mom grew in belief in herself. And I was given this incredible opportunity to share my mom with the world, or a part of her and her journey. And it's so beautiful and so awesome. But here's the other thing. There was a time when I didn't believe I had an awesome mom, and how wrong I was. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. So, but that's the thing about beliefs, right? Whatever we believe to be true will be true for us. I was focused on all kinds of things that weren't even true about my mom, and yet our relationship has evolved to the place, and I've grown in a complete deep love and understanding and respect of my mom, and to get the chance to actually share a part of her story and to share what she's learned in her life and my amazing mom with the world, it means more to me than I'll ever be able to put into words, you know? So the point is that a lot of the beliefs that we hold might not even be true. And we need to examine those. We need to sit with them and we need to examine them about the people in our lives and about, our current circumstances, what we believe about the future, what we believe about ourselves. And I can honestly say, I did not believe that I deserved to stand and, represent something big and important. I had to develop that in myself. So where does it begin? It begins by really understanding who you are and the beliefs that shape your life. And then saying, do I want to continue on this path, or do I want to choose something different? And then practicing and putting into action a new way of programming, a new way of thinking, a new belief system. I no longer choose to believe that anymore. I choose to believe I'm this, this, and this. And intentionally putting it in there. The other thing that really helps is getting around people like this. 100%. You want to get around people who are going to inspire you, who are going to support you, who have this kind of mentality, who have this kind of conversation. You showed up here today. I think we should all applaud each other, actually. You showed up. Or if you weren't able to show up, you're watching the replay. We should celebrate that. You are putting yourself in a room with people who are ready to grow and develop, and who are in this space of like, I want to live and lead my best life. I want to be my best version. I want to examine who I am so I can become who I want to be. You're putting yourself in spaces like that. So you need to continue to make commitments to that over and over and over again. There is always another level to discover, always. And every next level of your life is going to require a next level of you. It all starts with you. It starts here. It starts within you. That's the foundation of it all. Not all this external stuff, all these things out here that we try to get to make our lives better. You're going in the wrong direction. You're looking in the wrong place. You need to go within yourself. Every next level of your life requires a next level of you. What do you believe to be true for you? What does your next level look like? And do you believe that it's possible? Do you believe that you're deserving of it? Do you believe it can happen for you? Do you believe that you have what it takes? Do you believe that? And if you don't, you need to choose a different belief. And what can support that is a consistent and absolute commitment to, I'm going to continue growing. I'm going to continue peeling back the layers and developing myself. You need to get around. That's one. Number two, you need to put yourself in rooms with people that are going to help you do that, that are going to support, encourage, and inspire you. I call it C. You want to get around people who are going to see you. SEI, support, encourage, inspire you. Because it's really easy to fall back into our own patterns and conditionings and the negative stuff when we're around people who are in that space. We start to like take on their beliefs, or we start to validate our beliefs, our negative beliefs, with theirs, because what's happening around us affects us. So put yourself in rooms that's going to change. Make a commitment. Did you guys know that I make an actual commitment every single 3 months, no matter what, non-negotiable? I do a personal something for me that grows me, because I know and have a belief that every next level will require of my life is going to require a next level of me. And in order to bring more to the world, I need to become more myself and constantly be working towards it. Not because I'm not enough already, but because the next level will require another level of me. There's always more to discover, and it's so freaking exciting. I've even developed a belief that I freaking love learning about myself. Freaking love it. It's like, oh my God, my life's so much better. I'm just going to become more. It's just going to be even better. Life's just going to get even better and better and better the more better I become, you know? So that is a belief. That's a choice. That's something I've immersed myself in. Okay, couple last questions here. The way you speak to yourself matters. When we know better, we do better. So meaningful, such respect. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yeah, tears about my mom for sure. Lori's ordered the book, Taking Action. Let's all applaud Lori. Okay, so I have something, especially if you're new to me, or actually, even if you're not new to me, I want you to look at this. There's two things, actually. The first one is the Power of You Personal Growth Challenge is 21 days, and I want you to take it. I'm going to flat out say it. I want you to take it. It will help you reinforce what you've just learned, and it will help you develop your belief. What I've actually chosen to do is to actually take $50 off it. You can do it for $97. 21 video messages from me that are and a journal that guides you through the whole process to go another level deeper. So if you're here, you've watched this, it's available to you. I'm going to have my assistant send it out in the email. There'll be a link that you can join, and I want you to. And the reason I want you to is because we've only just started here, guys. Like, you have however many years of programming within you. You can't expect to come in and no, you can't expect. Let me take that back. You can expect that you could have a life-changing moment right now. You can actually develop that belief. But you can also recognize that there are things that you have been already thinking and believing for a long period of your life, however old you are. Or maybe you're like me, where you're like, I've already done a lot of this kind of work, but I know there's another level. And as I discover another level, as I get another reminder, as I dive a little bit deeper, that I'm going to go into that, and it's going to bring the next level of me. Some of you have done the Power of You challenge before. And when you did it, you were in a different place. You're going to hear it completely different. You are going to go way different. You're going to receive the information completely different. The people, matter of fact, there's one person, I don't know if she's here today. She's told me she's done it 3-4 times. She has like 80 pages of notes. And she said, every time it's like I heard it completely different. They are short, sweet, powerful videos, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes every day for you to do. And in 21 days, you'll have a transformation. It's actually a promise. So watch for the email because it's coming. So that'll be sent to you today. Now, for those of you who have been with me for a long time and you're like, you know what? I just haven't been able to crack the code, Corliss. I'm still really working on me. I want you to book a call with me to talk about Called to Lead. Called to Lead is the deeper dive. And there's some of the Called to Lead trainers are here. They can attest to how valuable it is, but it's a self-paced program that is going to make you go deeper within yourself so that you can not only grow and better your own life, but you're actually armed with the tools to be able to help other people do the same thing. So 2 programs, 2 offers, that's it. And you can book a call with me if you choose to explore that one. But the Power of You would be a really great place for you to go right now. Like, this is the next step. I would say do that. I put it on because I was like, okay, after this call, I'm going to get you guys started. You're going to get some breakthroughs. I know this. You're going to, make some new decisions. You're going to start to tap into your new belief system that's going to help you better your life. But I also know the default patterns. The default patterns are very powerful. Your subconscious mind is very powerful. You can get pulled back in. So I wanted to give you something that was going to support you consistently moving through this, so that in the next 3 weeks, you have something that supports you. So I will send that in an email, and you choose. It's your life to lead. It's my recommendation, but it's your life, and you get to choose what it is that you want. The Power of You is an amazing course. It is an amazing course. That course was actually developed when COVID happened because people needed support. And I was like, I need to help people find their power again. I need to help them find their power again. So how can I do this? And that's where it was born. And as soon as I released it, it was ended in 30 days because it's a 21-day program. And people were begging me. They were like, please, can you put it out again? Like, we need it again. So we've run it a few times, had hundreds and hundreds of people through it. Absolutely incredible results for people. So it is my recommendation for the next step for you. Love this. Can't wait. That's good. Vanessa, I love it that you are here. So in the comments, before we close, I want you all to share, and I'm going to read them out loud so that people on the replay can hear them as well. I want you to share one belief shift you're going to have, one takeaway today that is going to help you shift your beliefs. So go ahead and share in the comments, please, and thank you. Nicole, my story sounds so familiar. Aw, I really appreciate you saying that. So Nicole says, your story sounds so familiar. Isn't it unreal how we can see ourselves, even though our backgrounds, our circumstances are different, our goals for the future, what we do for a living, underneath, when we hear somebody else's story, we're like, yeah, that's me. Because underneath it all is belief systems, is thoughts, is like we all have the same experiences with, self-doubt and lacking confidence and missing direction. We're underneath, we're human, and we deal with internal stuff. And then we also deal with external stuff that's outside of our control. But no matter what, you can take it back and pull your power back right here. And your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, it's all in you. You've got it. And it's not about fixing you. You're already enough. Like, you're already awesome. You just have to just keep building on that. It's like you already got the foundation of everything you need. I'm just here to help you, up level it. That's it. Up level your life. Have a better life. So Barbara, change my belief that money is hard to make. Oh yeah, such a big breakthrough you're having there. And how are you going to do that, Barbara? You are going to do that by actually just saying, I choose to believe it's not hard. It's easy. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I gotta grab something that I wrote down. So one more thing I've been doing every single morning. I actually got this off of a woman on Instagram or TikTok. I don't even know. And I literally wrote it down. She's a manifestation person. And I'm sorry I can't send you to her because I actually don't remember who it was. But I wrote it down because it was so powerful. Okay. So this is like my thing I say every morning when I enter my office. Universe, I want you to show me that you are listening, that I am a powerful manifester. I want you to show me that you always have my back. Show it, universe. I'm asking you to give me a gift. Within the next 24 hours, you can choose what it is. I'm open to surprises. And when you deliver this gift, I want you to give me a deep knowing it's from you. A deep knowing it's related to my deepest desires. So I can send you guys the picture of that if you want, because you're probably frantically trying to write it down. But that message for me was so powerful because it was about embodying the idea that I'm being supported. I am never alone. And whether you call it God, universe, spirit, it doesn't matter. That there's something bigger that's supporting me, and I have completely sunken myself into the belief that I am not alone, that there is something bigger at work, and that I'm always supported, and that everything good is on its way to me. That there's already so much good in my life, and even more beautiful things are on their way. I have chosen that belief. You guys feel this? You can choose the belief. So no matter where you come from, what your circumstances are, where you're going in the future, you have the power to choose this now. You can choose what you believe. And I'm not sitting here going, okay, what's the gift? What's the gift? I just know that something wonderful is happening today. And probably right now, you guys, all of you being right here on this call, right here today, is probably the universe that brought me a gift today. That was like, look at all these beautiful people that you get to spend time with today and that you get to share what you've learned and help them shift their belief systems. You're probably the gift today. Matter of fact, I know you are. So I hadn't planned to share that, by the way. It was over there but I felt called to. So you guys are probably the gift. So you get to choose what you believe and what you focus on. And these kind of things are the things that will help you do that. So I hope you join the Power of You, or I hope you become a Called to Lead trainer with me. So I'm going to read these out loud real quick, and then I'm going to wish you guys a wonderful day. I hope you had so much value from this. Change belief that money is hard to make. Well done. I think we should applaud everybody as I'm doing this. Come on, let's get a little energy going. I'm great at my job and that they're lucky to have me. Yes. Abundance is available to everyone. Change is easy and fun. What a good belief. I'm a powerful addition to any team, and I am the bomb. I am the bomb. You start talking to yourself like that. I am the bomb. Gosh, I'm so good. I'm so good at what I do. I bring value to everything. Set my next intention. There's an infinite supply of money and happiness. Oh, yeah, baby, there is. What a good belief. I will affirm who I already am. Worthy, good enough, competent, awesome, smart, and fun to be around. Yes, those are all positive beliefs to hold. And it's true. Like, literally look at yourself and be like, it's the truth. That's the truth. Truth is what you say it is. Going to affirm what I already am and not needing to fix myself. I am enough. And then you can add to this, Wendy. I did this. I am enough. As a matter of fact, I'm probably more than enough, but we'll start there. I started saying that to myself. So fun. It was just a fun little change up for me. I've minimized myself, my worth, my value, giving myself permission to acknowledge me. So good. What a beautiful message. I would definitely love a picture of it. Thank you, sweetheart. Such a powerful call today. Love you. Thank you. I love you too. Change my belief that I am deserving of a good life and wake up thankful every day for all the amazing things I already have. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. I started doing this last year. Every time I run, I ask the universe to show me a sign. When I see the lighthouse, I ask for a sign. Immediately, the light comes around. Aw. You're very welcome, Sherry. It was fantastic that you made it so easy and comprehensive. I am a simple woman with simple language, and I choose it that way. Sometimes when I listen to these big words that they teach, I'm like, I don't do that. I don't do that. I could if I wanted to, and I don't want to. I actually choose to believe that just being a real person with all of you is the best way to show up. So thank you all so much for joining me today. What a wonderful privilege to actually be here with all of you and for the opportunity to contribute to your life. So stay following. Join the Power of You, please, because it's going to be so good for you. I know it will be, and I'd love to hear how it works out. Blessings to every single one of you. I believe in you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Bye.
Recordings.